Working on this, we're filming, this is part 2 of our Orlando series, which is going to be a 3-video, possibly 4-video series because there's so much to film. But the last couple of days I've been doing a lot from Winter Park, and as you can see right behind me, you can see the downtown historic Winter Park. This is really a nice area, and I appreciate one of our subscribers cluing me on to all the things you can do in Winter Park. But on Monday, we did a scenic boat tour, which is pretty cool. It is actually the oldest attraction in Orlando. Yep, much older than Disney. Disney is actually fairly new. Disney started, I think, in the early 70s. But this scenic boat tour, which you can catch right here in downtown Winter Park, it's about $16, and they've been running since 1938, but we're going to show that on the video. And then yesterday we went kayaking. In this part of Florida, you have a chain, actually there's several chain of lakes areas, but this is the Winter Park chain of lakes, where you got 7 lakes that are all tied together by canals. And where I'm at, I'm right next to a train station. So I'm going to turn the camera around so that you can see the train station. There we go. Yeah, that's the train station there. A lot of this Orlando video part 2 is going to be centered around Sunrail. Sunrail is a great commuter service. Unfortunately, it's really more for those who live in Orlando because it bypasses a lot of the touristy spots, but maybe that's a good thing. Just a nice hangout area where you got a lot of these street side cafes. I'm in the park area, but as you can see right across the park are your street side cafes. There's a great little place for coffee and quick food where they got gluten-free muffins if you're like me, like gluten-free stuff, and it's called New General Cafe. They got really good lattes there, so I'd highly recommend that. And it's just around the corner. It's just 2/10 of a mile from the train station here. But there's so much you can do in Winter Park. I'd recommend, you start the day with your coffee, and then you can go, you can if you're into being a little more cardio, you can do your kayak ride. Oh, thanks, Manuel and Travis. Yeah, Sunrail does run on weekends. I'm pretty sure it does run on weekends. It's just not as frequent. But I got a train coming in about 20 minutes, so I'm going to catch it and head down to Church Street Station. There you go. I'm going to walk over here closer so you can kind of see what a cool downtown. There's a fountain right in the middle of Winter Park. You see people hanging out. It's just a great place to hang out. But it's good to start your day with coffee here, and then if you're into a little cardio activity, do the kayak tours. There are a couple hours where you kayak through these canals here, or if you don't want the physical activity, you can take the scenic boat tour that I was talking about for $16, and then you can hop on a train like what I'm going to do and head on down to Church Street Station. It's get cloudy later today, so I'm going to head back home to Tampa just for a day and a half, just to kind of regroup, organize the footage, see what I got, see what I still got left to do, because I'd say I'm only half done with this part 2 video. There's so much. I want to try to do Wekiva Springs, and if any of you watching have been to Wekiva Springs, please let me know. I'd like to do the kayak tour there. The only issue is it takes 3 to 4 hours sometimes with the kayaks, and when it's sunny, I don't want to spend 3 to 4 hours just with one activity. Be able to connect with all of you. That's the reason why I'm doing it. I can do these staged videos, but I really want to hear from you all, what you all want to see. That's why your tips so help me so much, and so much of this video I'm doing things just based upon your tips. So let me show you the center of the street here in downtown Winter Park, the center of historic downtown, corner of New England Avenue. I know we have a lot of people from New England who come down here. It's very New Englandish. You like it, all you Bostonians. And it's Park Avenue and New England Avenue. So just a beautiful area. And I'll turn around so you kind of see the park area. just a beautiful, it's a linear park that runs for, I would say, maybe up to a half a mile. We'll show it by drone. Got some great drone shots yesterday when it was completely sunny. So it's a nice, long, linear park. But I never knew about Winter Park until you all had told me so. Really great to experience this part of Orlando. This is why people want to live in Orlando. There's just so many beautiful lakes. There's nature areas that's not very far from downtown. In fact, this might even be considered downtown, but from very center of downtown, this is probably only, I'd say 3 miles, I'm guessing, from maybe Church Street Station, maybe four miles. So it isn't bad. And yeah, traffic gets bad, but it's not like the area of I-4 around Disney and Universal. So I found it pretty easy navigating around. That's why we're going to do the Sunrail, because I think everybody, if you have an extended stay in Orlando, you should hop on the Sunrail. And we're also going to talk about Brightline too. After I do the Sunrail, I'm going to go to MCO, which is the Orlando Airport, and they just opened Terminal C a couple of months ago. So we're going to check that out, and that is where Brightline is going to be coming into in about they say early 2023. So I've heard they've done pretty much all the tests, and they're close to opening. So they haven't given an exact date, but I expect January, February, March, probably at the latest for Brightline. Now, unfortunately, Brightline will just go to Orlando Airport right now and stop there. But they just announced plans about a month ago. In fact, when I was editing that Disney Universal video, they just announced that they call it, I think, the Sunshine Corridor. That's going to continue from Orlando Airport to a stop near Universal, and then also to a stop near Disney. Now, they were at one time, they were talking about stopping in Disney Springs. They're not going to be that close to Disney Springs, but they are going to stop. The Disney stop is going to be, it's actually not going to be at Disney, but it's close to Disney on South International Drive. So you'll still have to find a way to get from there to Disney properly if you're going to Disney. And then they're going to extend to Tampa. Yahoo! So anyways, I think that's about it. I think I'm probably about 10 minutes away from my train coming. So I'm going to show you a lot of the Sunrail train. So thank you all for joining me, and I'm going to close this live session out. I appreciate your comments, your tips, and even if you're watching this after the live has ended, feel free to give me tips in the comments, because I'm still planning, like I said, I'm going back. It's going to get cloudy later today, and then tomorrow's going to be mostly cloudy. So during that time, I'm going back to Tampa to get an oil change and to plan for the last part of filming this part 2. So I'm still open to new ideas. Y'all can tell me. So again, thank you everybody out there on YouTube. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate your comments. You guys mean a lot to me, and I hope you guys are having a good day wherever you may be. Oh, and Bella. Let Bella sit. Bella's right there. I'm sorry, I just ignored Bella for this whole video. There we go. There she is. She's having a good time. She had a busy day yesterday. We did 2 bike rides, a kayak tour, and an airboat tour. I forgot to tell you about the airboat tour. We went to Boggy Creek. That's what my last post was last night. I showed pictures from it. Boggy Creek Airboat Adventures. That's another thing you can do in Orlando. I believe there's 3 different airboat companies you can go with. Boggy Creek Airboat Adventures is probably the biggest, and they have a sunset tour, which was really beautiful. So we'll show you that on the video. From Winter Park, I wish blessings to you all wherever you may be, and I'm going to go ahead live before I waste too much of your time.